Good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever you're watching this. Today, this video is about Kano itself. So, this is going to be a semi-lengthy discussion regarding the future of the hero, what my thoughts are on it. I have a little note here. Yes, for Kano. Let's actually switch the screens real quick. 1 second. Okay, we are now adjusted to the Kano list itself. So I'm going to start off by saying that I think with the new points update that we roughly have about a year and a half max to get Kano to play with, as I think the good players will get the points for him going into the future meta. As new is gone, Guardians can come back out. They're getting their new set. Verdance is going to be high up there. And with Verdance being up there, that allows for some more mid-range decks to be viable. I think some aggro decks will still be lingering around, but not as many due to the favor of the mid-range decks. So going forward, I think Kano has a high potential to be winning some high-level events, with us being at, let's actually take a look at the standings. We are at 789 points, so essentially pseudo 800 points. We're like 790 at, so every event, we have a couple nationals still coming out, so depending on their player count, we can receive an additional, was that 1.5 times 25, 12 and a half, that's 37 if they round up 40 points per high-end national event. But within a year, we have what progress are roughly 5-ish points each going forward for Kano. It's not going to take a whole lot for him to be gone, especially if some people can win their ProQuests and RTNs after the national season is over. So like I said, I give us about a year and a half. So going forward, I think if you want to play Kano at the most optimal level, I need to swap out a card here, go old. I think the optimal list is going to be ICBM at the current moment. That being said, I have some other lists for you if you're interested in playing Kano in a way outside of ICBM, because myself included and people playing against ICBM are not liking the playstyle of Kano. But how LSS is printing cards for the hero outside of their statement that's saying stat Kano should be rewarded, they have gutted that playstyle and just given us such a redundant playstyle, allowing us to do just full combo from 40, giving us these additional energy potion and intellect potion for setups. My sideboard, this current version of the list, but will be in the description with the updated sideboard, what I think going forward should be. And I will include these other lists as well. My Captain Kano list, what I'm currently playing, is going to be locked behind my Patreon for testing purposes. It will be focused on a on and off turn basis. By that means, essentially I have cut red and yellow floodgates, making room for Spindle and keeping Sonic Boom in for the yellow version of Floodgate. As in my mind, I do not like seeing Floodgate off the top on an off turn, meaning I'm not going to combo, but I have 2 blues. By Kano, what would I rather see? Spindle or Floodgate or Sonic Boom off the top versus the red and yellow ones? There's some little bit extra spice in my list essentially, but that's what I'm focusing on, is the off turns, whereas ICBM is just block, 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 block. Oh, I have my 3 to 4 potions, or 2 to 3 potions. I can kill you now, which is not a very interactive play style. It's not very fun to play myself. I do enjoy occasionally playing ICBM, but going forward is not my playstyle and what this channel will not be covering in regards to ICBM. So some other decks that I thought were pretty cool that I wanted to share was also Cat Pair's Blitzkrieg Kano. Also, called it Moon, as Waning Moon is your only staff. It is essentially your goal is to send 6 arcane damage reliably on your own turn from a 1-for-4 and Waning Moon. So it's not a full combo list. You're just playing a card, playing Moon, playing a card, playing Moon, optimizing your 2-card hands and or off Tunic to play some maybe 2-powered ones. Again, all these lists should be in the description. I do enjoy this list. It gives you a more realistic back and forth that decks are offering, giving you that feel of regular Flesh and Blood deck. It's not quite the same as like Verdance. If you prefer that style of more Bowlander, I would recommend going to Verdance instead. But with this list, you have a much better Prism matchup because you can bring in, what is 1, 2, 3, 4? Was it 12 poppers essentially in your deck of 60? You obviously have to play much more around the attackers or using them as poppers. And I have not practiced that matchup with this, but according to Cat Pair, it is more of closer to a 45-55 with the addition of the poppers. Those numbers are 100% made up in my head, but they did say it was not miserable. It was a playable list against Prism, so in my head, a playable is 45-55. That gives you room for them messing up against all your poppers, as that's not something they are used to. And again, I would give this a viable tryout if you're tired of just comboing Kano, but you still want to play the hero and have good value on a turn-to-turn basis while still having access to the combo, as that's what Kano needs to do with Wildfire Blazing. You want to play your specializations as a hero. I highly recommend anybody that wants a good back and forth to play Blitzkrieg. We also have Paradiso. If anybody has seen the interview with Blazing, I have gone over all these lists with him as well. Outside of Cold War, that is a newer list that has been brewing. Not a whole lot of results to it, but this is full tempo Kano. Whereas this one you're blocking a decent amount of cards. This is I will send as much arcane as often as I can on your own turn, sending anything and then having snapback as this, having on meaningful on hits essentially as on meaningful as we can get reverberate, aether flare, spindle, chain lightning off the top is fun. I would love this card to be more playable. This is the list where it is most likely to be playable. We also even have Course of the Amphitheater just to get as much amp as we can across all of our spells. This is a very fun list that I am not skillful enough or practiced in to play myself, but this is kind of in between Unga, and this is what I'm looking for in my own list. So I might honestly bring in some of these cards, either Chain Lightning or Reverberate. I'm hit or miss on Snapback in my own list. We'll see how these feel. If you're just looking for go, 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 and then combo somebody on 15 health for them as opposed to 35 plus health, this is the list you're looking for. You're just trying to strip cards from their hand every turn. If they have no meaningful on hits on their cards, you don't have to block, as you are looking to just full send every single turn. You still have access to the combo, but you are not required to do so. You've based off what Blazing has said, you don't have to combo it with this list. Same with Cat Pairs. This one, they said they didn't have to combo as often as you have to do an ICBM or Unga. And then the list that I'm most interested in, but I don't think it quite has the legs for it in this meta, is the Cold War. You're seeing this correct. Armor in Kano. It is a full stack list. Essentially, you are running Cinderings, Foresight, Fate Foreseen, Sink Below, Whispers the Oracle. You're just trying to fat stack your combo. You're just blocking out. I think against the aggro decks, you just go back to ICBM. It looks like in the inventory, you are full 60 stacking into everything else. Aggro decks, you just go ICBM. You take this. Yeah, you just take out the excess reds, put in back your blues and your floodgates. I have played a couple games. Let's actually see the overall results of them testing. So there's these losses are me against 2 marionettes. So there's, like I said, not a whole lot of testing has gone into this on Blazing side. Those 2 losses are mine. Trying out the list against aggro decks, I was trying to do the stack where I should have just brought ICBM. But it gives you an interesting look into what we could potentially be doing into these slower decks going into the meta forward. I don't know how we can potentially stack well outside of getting tomes back. It's just very expensive. You're going to have to rely on a Sonic Boom, a Floodgate, and stacking your blues appropriately. But when you're blocking out, you can be more nitpicky in regards to what is going on at the bottom. But I honestly think there's a little bit too much opting here. For my liking, I would drop probably Whispers of Oracle or either another set of floodgates just for consistency of the stack. Being able to get additional floodgates outside of the blues in my stack would be good. Because when I see a bunch of opt, and there will be times where, okay, I don't want those on the bottom, but there are also cards I don't want to play on my turn or draw into. But I can't put them at the bottom because it will mess the order of my stack, or they aren't going to be great into each other. Like seeing 4 blues on the top, my last card was a Sonic Boom in the stack. I don't exactly want to send 4 blues to the bottom. That's just an unnecessary requirement. So I think it has legs into a slower meta, getting access to block 2 on a weapon, additional block 2 on the headpiece. If there's a decent amount of draw, you could also swap this out for the other helmet that has Guardwell too, and if they draw 2 more cards against like Brutes, I really liked it into Brutes. But yeah, I think the deck is interesting. I think we're missing a piece that could fill up the Whispers of Oracle outside of more floodgates to increase that stack consistency. We need another effect like Sonic Boom to ensure the stack goes well, or give us one of the tomes back. But yeah, I think that's what we have going forward. If you see that subscribe button, not subscribe button, the subtotal down there, if we get that to 500, Kano is still legal. I will play and record a Kano event where like RTN or ProQuest, I will play without Wildfire in the deck. I have not created the deck list yet. It'll probably be similar to this list here in regards to playing the deck. If we get to 500, I will play a no Wildfire Kano deck in a sanctioned event. No higher than a ProQuest or RTN, as then I'm just fumbling potential money. But that is our goal. That is what we will be doing if we get to 500 subscribers and Kano is still legal. And Wildfire obviously isn't banned, otherwise the deck is just without Wildfire. But so if you want to look forward to that, shout out to all your friends. Hey, join this guy's YouTube, subscribe, it's free. We can play Kano without Wildfire. In the event that Kano does LL and we're looking at future wizards to cover on the channel, Verdance is my go-to side chick at the current moment. If we go to create a deck here and we cover classic living legend, we go to wizard. If the event that they give us Icelander back, or we get what's her butt Blaze as an adult, I will be covering them as the main wizard for the channel. If I were to pick which ones I would want, honestly, I'd rather have Blaze back before Icelander. I'm sorry for all the people that love Icelander. I never fully got to experience her. She held my second armory. but I'm more than happy to play her. I do prefer Icelander over Verdance currently in the limited testing that I have played both heroes in. I don't dislike Verdance. She is my second favorite wizard. Cilio, that sounds weird from coming from a Kano player, but Cilio hurts my head at the moment. I am missing just a few cards. I'll play them in some armories, maybe a stream or two to test them out. But if I were to rate all the wizards, it would go Kano, Blaze, Icelander, Verdance, Cilio in that hierarchy in regards to me enjoying the playstyle of the hero and or coverage on the channel. But yeah, those are the future of Kano, the future of the channel in regards to what I would like to do moving forward. I will still be covering Gravy Bones. For those who are interested in that, I have some wacky builds. We're not going to be a mainstream Gravy player. Again, so if anybody has made it to this far in the video, thank you so much. Going forward, we're going to have some separate code words at the end of each video or code sentences. This one we are going to have here. Out of the blue, just write code GIOS in the comments if you made it to the end of the video. It has no relevance to the video, but I will know that you made it to the end and you are a true viewer of the channel. Again, shout out to everybody that does watch it. Thank you and goodbye.